Okay, I think we will get going just so that we make sure that we do have enough time. Bonsoir et merci d'être venu. Bonne année. We have two sessions this evening. This one is the elementary school section that you are in, and the second one at 5:30 will be for the high school parents. So I would ask that you put your microphones on mute. At the end of our talk, I will speak, and then Ms. Liste will speak. You can put any questions that you may have in the chat. Tonight, we also have, our elementary school director, Amanda Liste, is with us, who will be speaking after myself, and our director of communications and marketing, Susan Ormangeau, who will be moderating this session. So further to the education minister's very lengthy press conference, I don't know whether you sat through it all, 1.5 hours on Friday. And subsequent to our letter to all of you the same day, our primary concern, of course, remains the health and safety of everyone in the community, students, teachers, staff, and you as parents. We've had a very successful first academic term, and we've been fortunate to have had no transmission which has taken place within the school. Today, the elementary school girls, I had a great day back. They were very happy. I went around to see them all, and the feedback from the teachers and from the parents was really positive. So as you know, we are obliged by law, even though we are an independent school, to respect the ministry mandate of in-school learning. We even went so far in the fall as to ask our lawyers to say, do we, we're truly independent. Do we fall under this? Must we offer, comply with this? And the answer was definitely yes, that the directives apply to all schools within Quebec. So we believe that in-person learning at school represents the best opportunity for your daughter's learning and overall mental wellness. So all about our reopening plan. I won't go through all of the details, but it stress the fact that we're caring, we're comprehensive, we believe in continuous learning, and this remains in place as we return to school. And it does feel like August, the end of August or September again. It does feel like a return to school again today, I guess because they've been away for a few weeks, but there's that sense of coming back again, and it's a good feeling too. As you know, we implemented the wearing of masks throughout the whole school before it was mandatory. And you may remember that we installed sanitizing stations and established hand washing procedures. I think Ms. Liste, I heard her call them today spritzing parties. We reconfigured classrooms, common areas. We made arrangements to get rid of all of those masks. We determined washroom protocols. I know we've done other things, but it does seem like a million years ago, but now it's all part of the day. We made arrangements to have gym classes outside as much as we possibly could. We had those tents, seems like a million years ago, and double gym periods, which have continued. We not only installed medical grade air purifiers, but also improved the general ventilation in the building throughout the summer. Professional instruction for teachers and staff in the areas of sanitization, proper mask wearing was given. We installed partitions, floor markings to indicate traffic flow throughout the school. We hired additional cleaning staff throughout the day. They're still with us to clean all of the surface areas. So they're walking around with bottles and spritzing everything. Medical and professional engineering advice was sought out by us. We did everything we could to make the building as safe as possible, including a well-established class bubble system. You also signed an agreement to ensure a mutual understanding so that we could truly be partners with you. So school's now been underway since the end of August, and since then we've got swivel cameras in each classroom to support the girls out of school for either COVID testing or as a precautionary measure as we deal with COVID positive cases or people are waiting at home for results for tests. In fact, Santé Publique has been extremely pleased with our decisions. And when we have called, they have applauded how we have responded when we've needed to make decisions concerning positive cases. In keeping with recommendations that were recently made by Santé Publique, we will ensure that all ventilation-related equipment is professionally inspected and air quality levels are monitored to ensure a high standard of ventilation in all of the classrooms. A concern was expressed during Friday's press conference that if the focus were on air purifiers, that a false sense of security might be created. Oh, I've got the purifiers. I don't need to do anything else. The place is just fine. That people would let their guard down, such as by not wearing masks. This is not at all the case here. We have many layers of safety and many measures in addition to the medical grade purifiers. For example, we still keep our masks on, we open the windows and the doors, we distance, we do everything that we can. That is not where it ends at the study. So we will continue to implement our best practices and exceed the guidelines as given by Santé Publique. And we're now asking that all grades 5 and 6 students wear procedure masks in class. So procedure masks are sometimes called surgical masks, and many of them are wearing them anyway. They're these ones, okay? In case you are not sure. We're also encouraging all of the girls in the elementary school to wear the procedure masks, which continue to emerge as something that we should be doing. So we want to do this. We want to keep as safe as we can. You may have heard the minister insist that all senior school students will now not only wear masks in class, but they need to be procedure masks. So fancy little masks that they like, many of them are wearing the procedure masks anyway. We're expecting to receive a supply of them later this week. Learning has continued, and the teachers and the division directors have assured me that no gap in the learning has taken place. School events have continued. We've had the bazaar, we've had the holiday showcase, we've had the hot turkey holiday lunch, which was a big hit. And we've continued with everything that we have done before. School spirit can be seen and heard throughout the school. We're looking forward to upcoming events. We've got prefect initiation coming. I never know what that's going to be. It always looks different with something crazy going on, but it's fun. House Day, Open Your Heart Day. Also during this term, at the end of the term or towards the end, we introduced a hot lunch program with considerable success. We've kept all of our options in the high school, so it meant that the cafeteria was reconfigured and is being used. So it really isn't available anymore for lunches. So we've got door-to-door delivery of lunches to the classroom. It's sort of the study's version of Uber Eats or DoorDash. The lunches arrive, and that seems to be going well also. So teachers have undergone professional development in the areas of mental health, online learning, and COVID in general, and how to support our girls and families during this time. So it's not just the girls, but it's the whole community. It's you, it's all of us, it's everybody who's here. This is something where we're really all in it together. So the minister made a change on Friday, and before they had said to wait 24 hours if any symptoms appeared. You're going to have to use your judgment. But if your daughter appears to have any symptoms, they've asked that you get her tested as soon as possible. So not to wait. They want to move on things a little bit more quickly than in the past. So I wish I could open the doors and invite you all in. And soon you will be able to come, but then you won't be able to see how normal it seems here. It really does seem absolutely normal. Life goes on. This doesn't bother the girls at all. Kids are super adaptable, and they're happy, and they just very flexible in terms of whatever we give them. They are good with that. In terms of mental health, we're very aware of the increasing importance of mental wellness, and everywhere that's coming out during these times. It was coming out anyway before COVID, and now it's amplified. So for that reason, we're planning ways to support. It's a challenge to support physical activities now because you have to remain within your bubble. However, we're looking at ways and we're planning ways to support physical activities, social activities that happen within the bubble. For example, outdoor skating and tobogganing. Some of you may already received information about that. There's a run on skates in Montreal, so you may have to go far afield to get skates. Opening the gym or the school during March break for special events such as movie afternoons within bubbles, and not just, sitting there watching a movie, but maybe sports clinics within the gyms would have to again be done within the bubbles. So, 7B on Tuesday morning can come and have watch a movie and 8A can be, I don't know what, having some sort of sports clinic while another group watches a movie. That sort of thing. Again, remaining within their bubbles. And the after school program, again, will offer a March break camp, which is really destined at the younger children. And we're also delighted the minister announced some very welcome news. And teachers are now essential workers. They've been put in that category, and they will be given priority in terms of receiving the vaccination, which I'm sure we're all pleased with. So we're delighted with that. And I really want to say thank you for all of your efforts. And I know, if we all continue to work together, it's really so much easier if you say, no, sorry, you can't have your friends for a sleepover. And if her parents' friends are saying it too, no, sorry, no sleepover. It makes it so much easier for us as parents. If we're parents, I am a parent, but my kids don't go to the study now, they're too old. But if we're all on the same page, it really makes it easier. So if we can all be on the same page about that, then the kids start to accept that as the norm. So thank you for that. If we all have the same message, it will help you too, right? Because they're going to stop asking you. After a while, they do get tired of it if everybody else is saying no. So I would like to turn it over to our elementary school director, Amanda Liste, who will give you some more details about the winter term in the elementary school. And then after this, I'd ask if you put any questions you may have in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer as many of your questions as we possibly can. So thank you, and Amanda.
Thank you, Ms. McInnes. Alors, bonsoir, chers parents. Je vous souhaite vraiment santé et bonheur pour 2021. First and foremost, I do have some additions to what's already been said, but what's most important to me was how wonderful it was to see your daughters this morning and how happy they were, and how wonderful their first day was. And I feel very confident being here. And it is a scary time, but again, if we work together, we can get through this and we can have great days, and we surely did today. So, il y a quelques ajouts pour le calendrier, a few calendar changes. Please keep in mind, I will send a summary of this via email. Il y aura un résumé par courriel. Alors, pour le premier bulletin, alors, the first term report card will now be issued on February 5th. Alors, pour répéter, le premier bulletin sera disponible le 5 février. Cela veut dire que les entrevues originalement prévues pour le 28 et 29 janvier auront lieu le 25 et 26 février. So parent-teacher interviews have been pushed back to February 25th and 26th instead of this month on the 28th and 29th, which will now be regular school days. This additional time will allow us to acquire more data and, of course, provide you with more detailed feedback about the progress of your daughter, which we feel is important. And so we thank you for your patience. And again, your first term report card will be made available on February 5th. Other big news, ministry exams are canceled for grade 4 and grade 6. Alors, les épreuves du ministère sont annulées pour les filles en 4e année et 6e année. But that does not mean that those days will be left without assessments. We will replace them with local ones to ensure mastery of concepts and readiness for the next level, rather. Alors, même si les épreuves du ministère sont annulées, nous allons les remplacer avec des évaluations locales pour assurer la maîtrise de contenu et pour assurer que vos filles sont préparées pour le prochain niveau. Pour la pondération des étapes, the weighting of terms, that information has not been yet made available. Alors, lorsque nous aurons cette information, nous allons le communiquer aussitôt que possible. We will let you know the weightings of the terms when we receive that information. So in terms of calendar updates, that is all. And again, I will summarize that in an email. Quelques ajouts aussi pour santé et bien-être de vos filles qui nous tiennent à cœur. There are a few additions in terms of health and safety, which is, of course, our main priority. We have increased morning supervision. So that means that in the morning we have extra eyes to make sure that bubbles are being maintained, that the locker room for those who use it is being supervised, and just to make sure that the flow of traffic maintains space and bubbles as per the requirements. Nous avons aussi des superviseurs assignés pour la récréation. So we have assigned supervisors for grade levels at recess time. That allows, an added layer of safety, but it allows those supervisors to get to know the girls, to, observe their friendships and what's going on in the schoolyard. So that's actually very good for us on multiple levels. Les superviseurs assignés aussi ont développé un système de va-et-vient pour ne pas mélanger les bulles et pour assurer que nous désinfectons les mains en tout temps. So those supervisors also ensure the coming and going within the school. And they also ensure that we have spritz parties when we enter and exit the building. À part de ça, nous continuons d'insister sur le port du masque. Comme Ms. McInnes vous a mentionné, nous encourageons le port du masque jetable. So we encourage the wearing of procedure masks, and we will have a supply starting tomorrow for grades 5 and 6. Et bien sûr, avec votre aide, nous continuons à garder l'environnement sauf et sain. We keep the girls safe and our staff and the entire community, you included, safe when we work together. Again, I feel very happy to be here, very confident, and the girls are happy. And for the most part, all the girls are here, which is a very encouraging sign. So we thank you for your support. And if you have any questions, we're here for you. As you know, we're always here. Our door is virtually open. That's all for me. Alors, merci beaucoup pour votre soutien. Si vous avez des questions, nous sommes là. Feel free to put your questions in the chat.
Right now, we have a quiet group. There are no questions in the chat quite yet.
The first question is always the hardest. You may think of something in the middle of the night or tomorrow. You know what? Seriously, just let us know. We'll get back to you right away as soon as we can.
You're welcome to email.
You're welcome to email or phone, or I used to say pop by, but.
There is a question about when is March break?
So March break is the first 2 weeks of March and begins March 1st. And so the after school program will run its activities during that first week from March 1st to March 5th.
We have teachers expressing their pleasure in seeing your daughters today, so that's very nice. Thank you, Melanie. And Barbara too, I think through her smiles I can see that.
Felt really good today.
So we have a question with regards to, do we need to buy the new masks, or are they going to be provided by the school, and are these disposable masks?
I can answer that. I believe that the procedure masks they're recommending are disposable masks, and they are supposed to be, it's unfortunate, but they are supposed to be changed at lunchtime. And we are trying to procure some for girls, the really small sizes for the little girls, with the little animals on them. There's a little bit of a run on them, but if they are needed, we will supply them. So we're going above and beyond by asking everybody to try to get them, and hopefully we can get them as soon as we can, so there's enough for everybody. Thank you.
Is February 26th still a PED day? Perhaps Amanda can address it.
So the 25th and the 26th now of February will be parent-teacher interviews. So just as it would have been, the Thursday will be a half day with dismissal 11:30, and then the Friday will be a PED day, yes.
Thank you, Amanda. And we have some very grateful parents for the care that we place in taking care of their children and the education that we give them. So thank you to those parents for expressing that. That's
well. We're thankful to you and to the teachers as well. And to your girls who put smiles on our faces every day. You can see they're smiling in their eyes now. You can tell, you don't need to see their mouth anymore. You can tell by their eyes that they're happy campers. So that's what we want.
We had some photos of the girls outside at recess. They looked like they were having so much fun just being together. It was lovely. We put them on social media, so that was pleasant. They were happy to see each other.
For sure.
Another thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. This is so much appreciated. And
it's great to see so many parents here too. If anyone needs size 4 skates, we have a parent who's graciously offering, and she's put her phone number in the chat for everyone to see.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's how people are going to get skates, right? By looking around for somebody who was the same size last year. A year older than your daughter is a good place to start asking for skates. You can borrow some skates.
We saw skating on Lake St. Louis this weekend. It was amazing to see that. You know, I thought you were in Ottawa for a minute, you know, like on the canal.
We're going to do everything we can to get them as active as possible, especially the winter. Embrace the winter. Get out there. It doesn't feel like winter today, but
so I think that's almost it. We don't seem to have any more questions. Oh, what about the vaccine? Would you require that for the girls?
I think we will get directives on that. We will encourage people to have the vaccine, I'm assuming, but I think there's a personal choice element probably, as with other vaccines. But we will see what emerges. It will not be unique to this school. It will be the same for all schools in Quebec and perhaps in Canada as well.
It was so reassuring for our teachers. They were very pleased to hear the news that the minister had on Friday about them being essential workers. That was terrific.
I think people are so happy that it's coming that I can't anticipate that it would be a large issue. That's all I've heard is just happiness for it. Even one of the little girls said to me today, I'm going to get a vaccine, a needle for this COVID. So.
No, I think we do have another session in 5 minutes. So perhaps, Kim, if you have any closing remarks.
No, I was just going to say thank you all, and thank you, Amanda. I know that parents will be pleased to know that although we don't have ministry exams, we'll prep the girls through our own in-house assessment so that they are ready when they do have exams, not just on the material, but just the actual act of taking a test is it's good practice. It's worthwhile. And thank you to my assistant there, Franca Monaco, for letting you all in, and to Susan for moderating, and Emilia, who was somewhere in the building for behind the scenes support in case something should go wrong with the tech. You never know. And if you have any questions at all, seriously, just it's not too late. It doesn't have to be tonight, you know, at any time. Just
we do have another question.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Regards a couple more. Does are high school students using the gym on the same day as elementary students? Perhaps
I don't
know.
There are days when the gym would be used by multiple groups, but for the most part right now in elementary, they are going outside. We're using that time to go to the mountain for hikes, go outside, walk to the park, play outside in the snow. And the girls are wearing their masks in the gym for the most part. And now they will definitely be wearing their masks, especially if distance can't be maintained for any activities, which typically does not happen. And furthermore, we do take the time to make sure that rooms are clean and sanitized during breaks during the day.
There's a question, Amanda, about the midterm holiday. Is it still February the 1st?
That has not changed.
That's great. Do we know when the teachers will be getting the vaccine? Kim, maybe you received some news today, but as of this morning, we didn't know anything new on that front.
No news. They didn't even give me training on how to give it, so I don't think it's me who's doing it. I don't know whether somebody asked me today whether they'd be coming here. I don't think they're coming here. I think, who knows, maybe they will, but we'll, as soon as we know with all of this, as soon as we know something, we will let you know. I don't think there's all this, some of these questions are hard because I think the government's trying to figure it out themselves, exactly how it will roll out. I mean, the important thing is that for us, we're pleased, and I'm sure you're pleased too, that teachers have been moved up. So that was good news.
And I think we'll have to make it if we're going to make our next meeting. It's 5:27. So nice to see everyone and some of their daughters.
I see Jessica there. Good night, everyone.